Hey, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Madison.
And we're Mandrew Makes.
And today, we're making our cousin Morgan a plant stand for her balcony.
So the way that we're going to be making this plant stand is we're actually going to be making it out of an A-frame. And I came up with this design out of 2x4s for budget friendly, keeping it really under $200. Weather resistant because it is going to be outside, and low upkeep, so she doesn't have to keep on applying some kind of lacquer or something to it. How are we going to make the panels of it?
The shelves?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do for the shelves is we are going to rip these 2x4s so there'll be a nice straight clean edge. We're going to cut them to the size and length that we want and glue them together. And then once they're glued, we'll run them through the planer to give them a nice finish.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
So Andrew just got done ripping the sides of these to get rid of the rounded edges, and so now they all line up, so we kind of flipped them back and forth to see which configuration gave us the least amount of gaps. We also talked to Morgan. She had originally wanted the depth of 15 inches, which would have been about 5 of these, and she decided to best utilize her outdoor space that she was going to take it down to 4 2x4s and make it about a foot instead of the 15 inches. And that actually works really well for us because our planer is only 13 inches wide. So it's going to make this a little bit easier.
Yeah, so now we set up our biscuits because we're going to use a biscuit joiner to kind of help with alignment a little bit. Some of these boards are a little bit wonky, but that's just kind of the way that you have to deal with 2x4 construction.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some biscuit jointing.
Let's do it.
And Paul Rudd was like, Trevor?
There is a Trevor in the Marvel universe.
There is.
Yeah, the guy that pretends to be the Mandarin.
Oh, yeah.
This one's right.
Completely?
No, so close. There you go.
Crisis averted!
Done.
More glue.
Boom, baby.
More glue.
Would you like some glue from my hands?
Yeah, put it on. Okay, we're not gonna mess it up this time.
Third time's charm.
All right, so we glued up these panels, And now the next step is to clean up one of the faces so that we can run it through our planer and get a parallel side. Hey, future editing Andrew here. So that was the end of the shelves, and apparently we just forgot to tell you guys that we were going to move on to the A-frame part of the plant stand. So let's get into doing that now. We still gotta plane it, cross-cut it, and rip it. So the way that this is going to work is I'm going to make an A-frame like this, and I did this up in CAD modeling a little bit, and I used the angle finder to find the angles of this. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but this is 76 degrees off of the bottom. So right now I'm at 90, right? So I need to cut it at that, what is that, 14 degrees to get that angle right there. Okay, I could very easily find that angle on my, well now 2x3, using a speed square. Well, I mean, that works for the shelves right there. Look at that. That works. It's just really cool. Okay, well, she liked it, so that's some good news. Let's try and cut that and then join it together with some dowels and a screw, maybe a bolt, and then let's go ahead and put the shelves on it and make another A-frame. Make another A-frame, then put the shelves on it. Let's do it. What I did here is I just created a big ol' right angle, and so the board will sit here and it will be cut at whatever angle I put on it right there. Now, just to be super protective, I'm gonna clamp it down to my fence. So I have the A-frame going on right now, to where these are the two sides, and then the shelves are gonna go across them, right? But what's going to support those shelves? I don't want to just screw into the A-frame. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some 2x4s and connect the two A-frames together first, and then the shelves are just going to sit on that. Right there, connecting the two A-frames together. And so that right there is a parallelogram, and I'm going to have to cut the two sides off. Alright, so now it's time to put these guys together. Let's do it. Tried to get this 3 times to work with a dowel, just don't think that a dowel is going to work. I don't know. And at this point, I'm tired of drilling holes into this thing because it just makes it look uglier every time. I know these are going to be hidden. I just need to put a bolt in it. Trip to Lowe's it is.
Okay, so I had an idea to try to make this plant stand collapsible. I had no idea how to do it. This genius figured it out. Tell us how.
Okay, so I've been trying to come up with something to be able to make it smaller so that we can transport it in my car. I don't have a truck. So Madison came up with a brilliant idea of making it kind of like a ladder to where it would close in on itself. And so I was toying around with some of the ideas, and this is what I came up with. It is just a keystone looking thing up on top, and it's going to be permanently attached right here with glue and screws. And right here, I was trying to figure out where the perfect placement for it to hinge from would be. So I drew a straight, the middle line all the way through whenever it's perfect on its A-frame, and then I closed it and drew another line, and where they crossed, I drew that. I screwed a hole, and I have this little pin in here right now, and so let's try it out. Let me show you. So now, with that pin in there, it can close fully, and then it can reopen. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a bolt where that pin is right now to permanently affix it. So we'll put a bolt right there, and then we'll put a cotter pin into the other side so that we can remove this quickly and we can break it down, just like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, babe.
Fun stuff. Hey guys, we're on location at where this thing is going to live, and we're just gonna go ahead and put it together now. You think it's centered? There we go.
Yay.
A few months later. Hey, what are we doing?
We are stopping by Morgan's apartment to say hello and to check on the plant stand. It's been about 6 months, so we're gonna see how it's holding up and how she's decorated it.
Let's do it.
We're here with Morgan making her YouTube debut. We're checking in on our plant stand. So when we started building, we had 3 things that we wanted out of this plant stand, or that you wanted. Mobility, so that it can be moved from place to place without having to like totally disassemble it. Durability, so that it would last out here. And then affordability, because lots of things online cost a bajillion dollars and don't last. Okay, so one of the things you wanted was affordability. First, tell me what you saw online that like wasn't working for you.
So I looked on Etsy and everything was just super expensive, and I wasn't really sure that they would all work with my space. So you guys were super awesome in working with me on like my price point and the sizing, and even, you know, cutting down the sides when, you know, we were like, I don't know, you just kind of worked with my design.
Making
I had an idea
alterations
and
and
you
stuff.
exactly made what I wanted, so it was perfect.
Perfect. Okay, then we talked about durability, right? So not only do you want it to be like an affordable price, but something that's not going to just like crumble over time because it's outside. So how do you feel like it's held up over, what has it been, 6 months?
Mm-hmm. I think it's been perfect. Even when I water the plants, I'm not worried about it, you know, getting warped or the stain coming off. Like, it repels water perfectly, and I can wipe it down if it gets dirty. So yeah, it works perfectly for my space.
Perfect. And in our family, we are what is known as the big spillers. So
Durability is
important in all areas. But also, I mean, it's going to be messy anyway. So the last thing that was important to you was mobility. So show off your bling. Someone just got engaged. So she's going to be moving in the next year or so. So talk a little bit about taking this with you from place to place, why that was important.
Oh, I knew I wasn't going to live here forever, so I wanted something that I could take with me to wherever it is that I live that wouldn't be too wide, too tall, that would fit, you know, pretty much any space, so it works perfectly.
In a car.
And in a car.
For those of us that
Be
don't have huge
foldable,
vehicles.
stick it in the car, move it really easily, and not have to, you know, strap it to the top of whatever vehicle I move in, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us on our second video. If you like this plant stand and you live in the DFW area, feel free to contact us through our Instagram at MandrewMakes, through our Facebook at MandrewMakes, or here at our YouTube channel at MandrewMakesStuff. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and tell us what you think. Morgan's behind you doing this. Like her eyes are so big.
Cassian, stop getting the bacon in there. Safety.
Safety.